Telkom Business, behind South African businesses' drive to thrive.
Hello, you are watching the Entrepreneurial SME with me, Rams Mabote. This week, we touch on businesses that exist to help other businesses to flourish. I'm joined by the CEO and founder of Mabule International, Mighty Mabule, a business coach and a mentor. Mighty, good evening. Thank you for joining me.
Good evening. Thanks for inviting me.
So I started a business some 27 years ago, and then I got a mentor right from the beginning. And it went very well. The business went well. And years later, I got cocky and I started another business without a mentor, and it went under. Does that justify your business?
Of course, that's the significance of mentorship, yeah. Yes.
Why is it important?
Look, there are studies that actually indicated that if you have to get rid of all interventions that can assist the small businesses, you can leave mentorship and still see those businesses moving. Because when you have a mentor, you have someone that is actually experienced in that particular field, someone that can actually handhold you and move with you so that you can actually be able to navigate through these rough terrains of entrepreneurship. Yeah. Because the entrepreneurial road is not easy. You need someone on the side. You need to account to someone. I mean, it's part of human nature. When you account to someone, you actually
stand that exactly what entrepreneurs fear, to account to somebody. You're not my business. You don't know how I'm feeling. You don't understand what I want to do with this thing. So yes. Why should I account to you?
Yeah, but remember, I'm actually assisting you to achieve your goals. Yeah. So it's always better for me to come with my experience, with my knowledge, with my networks, so that you don't fail like me. Yeah. I mean, for the mere fact that I've been doing this for the past 20 years, I understand the challenges that entrepreneurs are facing, and then that are actually encountering. So when you meet me, it's like, you get some kind of a shortcut, by lack of a better way. Yeah. So you're not really accounting in a true sense of the word, but I'm just helping you to navigate through this rough terrain of entrepreneurship and be able to achieve your goals.
I have never praised myself for asking a question. I'm going to praise myself now. This is a great question I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Who mentored you to start your business of mentoring?
Rams, look, I did not really have a mentor. I didn't really get a mentor. But I say I was mentored by the failures. I was mentored by the challenges. I was mentored by all the setbacks that I've encountered. Yes. After completing my studies at my alma mater, I decided to go, the entrepreneurial route. Yes. And at that time, the issue of mentorship and coaching was like, we only understand.
It's not fashionable.
It was not fashionable. Yeah. So I was very passionate, because I was very passionate, very, very skillful in terms of selling, talking, because I've been selling sweets from primary school, went to secondary, sold peanuts. After varsity, started selling, chickens and eggs. And then I said, now I understand this terrain. But sometimes education disrupts one's passion. Education sometimes disrupts our calling. I said, no, man, I can't be on the street selling sweets and chickens. No, let me wear a tie, only to find this is not working. Now, when working for Forensic Science Laboratory as assistant forensic analyst, they took me to a diversity course, and that diversity course had personality test in it. And the results came and said, this young man...
You don't belong here.
You don't belong here. Yeah. This young man is a natural head for business. Anything that is to do with speaking, leading, and selling. Yeah. Then I said, let me test the thing. I registered communication with UNISA. I got all distinctions. UNISA gave me a bursary to do entrepreneurship program. I got all distinctions. University of Pretoria gave me an advanced program. I got all distinctions. I said, this is my terrain. I thought I have the knowledge. Now I can run my own business. Only to find what is actually happening at the practical level is absolutely different from what is in the textbook. So I can, briefly say I was mentored by my experiences. I was mentored by my failures. I was mentored by my networks. I didn't really have a mentor at that time.
At which point, though, do you start this mentorship business? What would have motivated you to go that route?
After failing in logistics, after failing in number of businesses, I said to myself, let me be part of the ecosystem, because I want to be the captain of industry. I don't want to be just part of numbers in the ecosystem. I decided to join a development agency, a government development agency, because I studied how government operate. I realized that there's very powerful programs in government, but the government does not have a clear and practical strategy to communicate the offerings to the people.
Yes.
And I said, for me to understand the offerings and be the best in the industry, I must be part of this ecosystem so that I can discover this myself.
Yeah.
Immediately after joining them, I met a guy. You know, sometimes you other people are your mirrors, you know? Yes. And he said, Mabule, I've been looking at you. You come from logistics sector, forensics, manufacturing, so on. Why don't you put all this knowledge together and become a business advisor? And when reading a lot about business advisory, I realized that no, there's mentorship and coaching.
Yes.
And I started to say, this is the path that I need to follow.
Do you have to have done the kind of business that I do to mentor or coach me?
Look, it depends on the type of mentorship and coaching that you're focusing on.
Yeah.
They are technical mentors.
Yes.
They are just general business mentors. I mean, in my case, we focus on business development. We focus on growing a business. And
Yes.
strategy is strategy. Marketing is marketing. Finance is finance. But if you have a technical mentor who want to assist you to succeed in the construction sector,
In building this thing. Yeah.
then he must actually understand that particular sector.
Yes.
But in my case, because I've actually learned a lot, read a lot around business development, how to grow businesses, what is it that you know to do in terms of, you know,
So
putting all
you're
these
trying to help me
fundamentals
to sell more of these units,
Yes.
not to create the unit
not
itself.
really to create it. I can assist you to create the unity because myself, I had to expand. I had to expand my knowledge because I want to be the best in the industry.
Yeah.
And I believe I'm one of the captains of industry. No diggity, no doubt about it.
Let's take a break and we'll be back shortly with more with Mighty Mabule.